Welcome to Worthwhile Watches. I'm Rob. Today we're looking at a watch with an amazing set of features for an incredibly low price, the Casio AE-1200 World Time. Not just this metal bracelet version, but also the black resin version. Now, I don't have enough wrists to show you right now, but we're also going to take a look at a bonus Casio later in the video. So let's talk about what makes these Casio World Times such an incredible value. The Casio World Time AE-1200 is also known by the nickname Casio Royale.
Royale with cheese.
No, just Royale.
Royale with cheese. That's right.
Nope, just Royale, no cheese. Wait, how did this get here? Anyway, this comes from the connection to the James Bond universe due to its resemblance to the Seiko G757 worn by Roger Moore as James Bond. Unfortunately, these Casios don't have tracking devices built into them like the Bond watch, but they do a whole lot considering that as of now they go for less than $30 on Amazon. For that low price, you get a stopwatch, countdown timer, 5 alarms, hourly chime, perpetual calendar through the year 2099, LED backlight, the ability to track 31 time zones in 48 cities, 4 of which can be programmed to be easily cycled through with a push of a button. It also has a world map and an analog clock that keeps your home time in the upper left screen. All of this plus 100 meters of water resistance and a 10-year battery. There are also several colors to choose from. I have the stainless steel bracelet version and the black resin version here. The stainless steel bracelet does have folded links that can be a bit of a hassle to size, and it's a bit cheap and rattly. The clasp is all pressed steel with a double push button. Not the best bracelet ever, but I find it quite comfortable to wear, and have always been able to get a good fit. The case of this watch is not stainless steel, it's a resin case coated to resemble stainless steel. I've worn this watch on several plane rides over the last couple years. I haven't been babying it at all, and the finish has been holding up well so far, and it still looks good. As far as the dimensions, the case is about 45 millimeters across, including the pushers, about 42 millimeters not including the pushers. It's about 45 millimeters lug to lug, and I measure the thickness as 12.7 millimeters. The lug width is 18 millimeters, but the bracelet flares out at the case to 24 millimeters and then tapers to 18 at the clasp. The clasp itself is just under 20 millimeters wide. Because it's a square case, it wears a bit larger than the dimensions would suggest, in my opinion. The measurements are identical on this black resin version, but the bracelet version might be a bit better fit for someone with smaller wrists because the bracelet drops straight down from the case, where the resin version bends out a little bit further from the case. Sized for my 6 3/4 inch wrist, the bracelet version weighs just under 83 grams according to my scale, while the black resin version weighs just 39 grams. Covering the display is an acrylic crystal. It's clear and seems to be reasonably durable. Mine only has a couple of light scratches on it after quite a bit of use. The case back is a stainless steel screw-in type held in place by 4 small Phillips head screws. The watch runs on a CR2025 battery, which is rated to last approximately 10 years, so you shouldn't need to unscrew that case back for quite a while. Accuracy is stated to be plus or minus 30 seconds per month. My stainless steel version has been running about 15 seconds per month slow, while the black resin model runs a bit better, gaining only a few seconds per month. This watch has 5 basic modes: the timekeeping mode, world time mode, alarm mode, countdown timer mode, and the stopwatch mode. In timekeeping mode, the watch displays the current time, day, date, and daylight savings status. The upper left screen is an analog display of the home time zone, and the upper right displays the status of the alarm and hourly chime functions. Just below is the world map, which highlights the time zone that is currently displayed in the lower screen. You can also choose 3 additional cities for quick access while in timekeeping mode. Pressing the search button will cycle through these. The day will be replaced with the city code, and the date will be replaced with T2, T3, or T4, depending on which time slot is selected. The upper left analog display always shows the home time. Pressing the mode button will take you to the world time mode next. This mode allows you to select one of 48 cities to be displayed. It shows the current time and date for the city, but the day display will be replaced with the city code. Pressing D will cycle through all the time zones until you choose the one you want to display. Pressing the mode button will take you to the alarm mode next. Here you can set up to 5 alarms, and you can also access the hourly chime setting from here. I'm not going to go into detail on how to set all the alarms here. You can download PDF instruction manuals for all Casio modules on their website if you'd like. You can always tell which Casio module is in your watch by looking for the number in a rectangular box on the case back. This is the module number. In this case, it's module 3299. Pressing the mode button again will take you to the countdown timer mode, which lets you set a timer up to 24 hours. Next is the stopwatch mode, which measures elapsed time, split times, and 2 finishes. It can measure up to 1/100th of a second. The pusher in the upper right corner is the backlight. It can be set to illuminate for either 1.5 seconds or 3 seconds when pressed. The backlight has an amber glow that lights up the dial quite well. It appears to be lit from each lower corner, and the light does a pretty good job of evenly lighting all of the screens. It's a whole lot better than the backlight in the F91W. Overall, I really like these watches. Of course, at these prices, the finishing isn't going to be exceptional. The crystals are acrylic, and the bracelet is a bit cheap and jangly, but I find they both wear comfortably. The pushers press easily while having enough resistance to avoid accidental presses. The time is easy to read, the backlight is good, and the features are handy, especially while traveling. This has become my go-to watch for air travel due to its grab-and-go convenience, lightweight, reliability, and low cost. I don't have to worry about bashing it into an airplane seat during turbulence or someone spilling their drink on it. But these world times aren't the only option. Earlier I mentioned a bonus Casio, and here it is. The Casio A500 World Time. This is the little brother of the AE-1200, but usually runs a bit more expensive, in the $45 range on Amazon. The A500 World Time is similar in construction and has a lot of the same features as its bigger brother, including quick access to 4 cities of your choice, plus access to 48 cities' time zones around the world. It also has a map display, along with a similar alarm, countdown, and stopwatch modes. The main difference is the lack of the analog time display and the size and appearance. The A500 comes in quite a bit smaller at about 34mm wide, not including the pushers, and a lug-to-lug of just under 39mm. Thickness is just 9.7mm, and the bracelet is thinner and tapers down to 15mm. The bracelet of the A500 is similar to other Casios and looks almost identical to the A171 bracelet with an adjustable fold-over latch clasp. Some might find this bracelet to pull arm hairs, but this usually isn't a big problem for me. I like the A500 also, but I find I wear the AE-1200 much more, mostly due to the shininess of the A500's case. The flat sections on the top and bottom of the case really reflect a lot of light. I prefer the matte finish of the AE-1200, but both are great performing watches and make excellent, affordable, worry-free travel companions. What do you think of these watches? Do you prefer one over the other? Have you traveled with any of these Casios? Let me know in the comments. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. And if you're interested, check out one of these other videos. And whether you have a Casio on your wrist or not, make your day worthwhile.